Hello guys, welcome back to Poli channel. This video I want to share about Global Lab update for 7 March 2025 maintenance update. But be noticed, all content on this Global Lab video was recorded on Global Lab server, so this is all content that will update on our live server in future, and mostly all this update will implement on Korea live server next week maintenance update, and following outside Korea server if they already feel this content already ready to release outside Korea server globally. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle, and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, this is official website for Global Lab update at 7 March 2025. As previous or the schedule, on this week Global Lab update, they just share detailed information about hardcore server that will implement to any region server worldwide at 13 March 2025. Actually, about this hardcore server, previous already mentioned it previously that I already summarized it on this video. But on this week Global Lab update, they just introduced this hardcore server with more detailed info. Okay, for hardcore server, you need to collect and hand over survival point that you earn by defeating monster or any other player on limited area for 2 hours duration each day, and you also can get this survival point by completing hardcore server quests. And the survival point, you can exchange it to become hardcore token, and later this hardcore token, you can exchange it to become various item on live server. And for this precision hardcore server, there are only 4 classes that available to play, either warrior, sorceress, ranger, and berserker. And this hardcore server character only available for 1 slot character per account. And this is detailed info how to enter hardcore server, that you can enter hardcore server from hardcore server tab on server selection menu after you login to Black Desert. And after you create hardcore character, you can enter hardcore server as normal. And only 1 character slot will be exclusive for hardcore server, and hardcore server character that you created will instantly level 63. And this hardcore character will instantly have 3000 skill point. And as already mentioned previously, on this hardcore server precision, there are only 4 class that you can create, and you can choose between Succession and Awakening after that. And on Korea live server, this hardcore precision will be occur starting at 12 March 2025 after maintenance until 9 April 2025 before maintenance. And for any other region server outside Korea, this is only different 1 day starting at 13 March 2025 after maintenance until 10 April 2025 before maintenance. But take notice, previous already mentioned, progress period might change depend on the progress. And there are some limit time for playing on hardcore server every day, that its family only limited 2 hour gameplay per day, and this time will begin to count the moment your character enter hardcore server, and the remaining time will deducted even you disconnect from the game. And take notice, this daily reset time for playtime on hardcore server will be reset depend on your last login. For example, if you previously connect to hardcore server at 10:30, you can connect again 23 hour after that, starting at 9:30 on the next day. So take aware about this daily reset time for accessing hardcore server, because this reset time is following from your last time connect to hardcore server and will count only 23 hour after that. And because this hardcore server is special server, for sure you will be available to play on hardcore server even there are not war or conquest war in progress. But take notice, if you already leave this hardcore server, any remaining time that you have will be gone, and when you exchange your survival point, you also will automatically disconnect from hardcore server and will automatically move to server selection menu. And this is some basic progression info on hardcore server, that you need to defeat monster that appear on hardcore server and earn some survival point and any item loot. And survival point will reduce by 30% from maximum number that you held when your character got die with any reason. And any trash loot can be sold on any sanctuary NPC to exchange to become hardcore coin. And this hardcore coin is special currency on hardcore server that you can use it to purchase any item from NPC shop. So this hardcore coin is like silver on normal server. And if you finishing any quest, you will get quest point, and this quest point will not disappear if your character got die. And later you can exchange any survival point and also quest point on any sanctuary, and you will receive hardcore token depend on point that you hand over. And hardcore token, you can check it on manage currency menu. That later you can exchange this hardcore token to become various item on your manage currency menu. And this is some detailed rules for hardcore server. First, about survival point, that you can obtain the survival point by killing any monster, and the more stronger monster that you kill, the more survival point that you will obtain. And when you kill another adventurers, you will get 10% of their survival point. But take notice, if you kill any adventurers who have less than 50% of survival point, there are minus 20% penalty that will apply. And this is example calculation for this penalty. But penalty like this will not apply on Pilaku Jail, Akman Temple, Hysteria Ruin, and area where boss monster is appear. And then about quest score, this is point that you can get by finishing quest on hardcore server. And you only can complete one quest per day, that you will receive random quests based on your survival point. And this is sample quest for each survival point that you have, either 0 until 1000 point, you need to defeat any ancient weapon on various Valencia desert area. And then if you have survival point more than 1001 until 2000 point, you will need to defeat Desert Naga, Fogan, and any other monster on Valencia region. And you can forfeit this hardcore quest, but you cannot change type for those quests. I think this is mentioning about defeating any monster if you have survival point above 1001. And about any item on hardcore server, there are exclusive equipment that you only can use on hardcore server only. And all gear and item on hardcore server, you cannot repair or enhance it. And you also can obtain special equipment specific on hardcore server. And this is sample stat for this special equipment on hardcore server. And if your character got die, your character will lose 30% of your survival point that you hold. For example, if you have 1000 survival point, if you got die, 300 point will be disappear. And this penalty also will apply if you died because of falling or killed by monster. So literally, any reason of death, you will lose your survival point. But take notice, if you die, your quest point will not disappear. And when your character die, any durability of your equipment will reduce with specific probability, but any equipment that you hold on your character inventory will not destroy. And after that, if you got resurrect, you will start on respawn point that you will respawn on random sanctuary, around 4 sanctuary on Great Desert, and there are resurrection waiting time around 3 seconds. And there are no limit for number of resurrection, so you can resurrect many times. But if you didn't revive your character, you will automatically revive after 60 seconds. And about escape function, if you got stuck and cannot move normally on hardcore server, same as normal server, you also can use escape function by pressing escape and click escape button. And then when you using this escape function, you will be moved to target location where there are no monster nearby. But take notice, when you using escape, you will not transported to sanctuary. And cooldown for this escape function, same as before. I think this is around 15 minutes. And on hardcore server, there are some ranking system. That this ranking system will calculate depend on number of survival point that you have. But if your survival point is below 100 point, you will exclude from ranking calculation. And this ranking calculation is per character. And be careful on hardcore server, top 10 player with the highest survival point who connect on this hardcore server at that time, anyone can see their location on world map. So this top 10 player on hardcore server at that time will more easy to track by any other player. And about some detail system on this hardcore server, when you connect to hardcore server, you will automatically connect as private mode that anyone cannot detect if you play on hardcore server at that time. And on hardcore server, if you want to do skill reset, you still can do it only on Sanctuary as safe zone. And any skill add-ons cannot be set on hardcore server. And on hardcore server, because this is on desert, but you still can use world map or minimap and also auto move function, same as you have compass. And on hardcore server, pet cannot be used, but you can get any item automatically. And any item that you get automatically on hardcore server, like you activating any pet who have tier 5 pet and other 4 pet with tier 4. And there are some restrictions on this hardcore server, that you cannot gain any experience, checking any other player family name or guild name, cannot form party or platoon, cannot chat outside server chat, and any other else that you can check it on this list. And as previous already mentioned previously, there are some sanctuary area as safe zone, and there are 4 locations for this Pilgrim Sanctuary on Valencia Desert, same as Valencia Desert in-game, either Pilgrim Sanctuary Obedience, Pilgrim Sanctuary Sharing, Pilgrim Sanctuary Sincerity, and also Pilgrim Sanctuary Purity that you can use for this area as safe zone. And another function for this Pilgrim Sanctuary, you can meet any NPC who can give daily quests and complete them to earn quest point. And also you can buy and sell any item from NPC so you can prepare your equipment before hunting. And there are some special encounter called Clash of Fate, and this Clash of Fate will be triggered if certain number of adventure gather in close proximity together, and this is like deathmatch in small area that some people will got trapped with small area, and this small area will not disappear until there are only one player remain, and anything inside this small area will be invisible for any player who not got trapped. So any player who got trapped with this small area like teleport to another realm. And if you got trapped on this Clash of Fate, you cannot unequip any equipment, and you also cannot change any equipment, and you cannot open map inside this Clash of Fate. And this is some info for any monster on hardcore server, either any ancient weapon that you can find it on any desert area, and if you defeat them, you can get some basic equipment. And also some any other monster like normal monster on live server, either Desert Naga, Titium, Crescent, Gahas, Pilaku Jail, Akman Temple, and Hystria Ruin. But special for this 3 monster zone, this is like endgame monster zone on this hardcore server, because you will get higher grade equipment from defeating any monster on this area. But on Hystria Ruin, this is the highest, because you can get yellow until red grade equipment by defeating any monster on this Hystria Ruin. And there are some special monster like Mysterious Warrior on this hardcore server that will spawn. And also there are some boss monster on this hardcore server. And so far there are only 2 boss monster, either Aeyrton and also Puturum, that will spawn for specific interval. And if you defeat them, you can get precious equipment item from this boss. And take notice mechanism for this boss monster. Any loot only can be obtained by adventurers who success do the final strike, so kill steal method will apply on this boss. And when this boss spawn, some notification will appear, and location for this boss spawn will be displayed on world map for 5-minute duration after its appearance announcement, and this boss monster will disappear if not defeated within 30 minutes after its appearance. And by defeating both of these boss, either Aeyrton or Puturum, you not only get any item on this table, but you also will get large amount of survival point. And there are some portal that you can use to exit hardcore server, but take notice, if you using this portal and exit from hardcore server, you will exchange your survival point automatically, and you will disconnect from hardcore server immediately and will not able to re-enter hardcore server until next day. And this exit portal will appear on random location that you can check it on world map. And take notice, maximum number of survival point that you can exchange is limited only 10,000 points per day. And after you exchange it, you will get hardcore token that you can exchange it later to become various item on manage currency menu. And as previous already mentioned previously, if you exchange any survival point, you will automatically disconnect from hardcore server and cannot enter hardcore server until next day. And this is any item that you can bring on live server by exchange hardcore token. either 250 Failstack, 200 Failstack, 180 Failstack, any weapon exchange coupon, but special for sub-weapon exchange coupon, you can exchange it twice per account. And also any other number Failstack like 150, 130, 100, 500 pieces crownstone, any kind of Deboreka accessory, and any other item like material for buff, elixir, parfum, and any other item on this list including any gold bar. And then on hardcore server, you can find some wandering merchant that appear on random location. And this wandering merchant will sell some rare accessory item that you can wear it as hardcore character equipment. That you can purchase any item using hardcore coin, that you can get this hardcore coin by selling some junk item to any NPC. And there are some special challenges on hardcore server that you can obtain exclusive title by completing this challenge. And take notice, the highest title that you acquire will be automatically applied on your character, and all these titles only can be used on hardcore server. And previous already mentioned some hardcore server season rewards. This is any rewards that you can obtain at end of each season hardcore server. And this is table list for any rewards that you can obtain if you play on hardcore server and got some rank, either from rank 1 that you can get special limited title. But take notice, this limited title only will apply for next 30 days, that you can wear it on any character in your account during this title still active. And also for rank 1, you will get some rewards, either 500 pieces crownstone, 2 pieces 10,000 G gold bar that have worth 2 billion silver, and also some perfume selection box. And for second place, we'll get another title, less 100 pieces crownstone than rank 1, only 400 pieces, and any other reward same as rank 1. And for rank 3, also will get special another title, another less 100 crownstone from rank 2 is 300 pieces crownstone, and any other item reward still same as rank 1 and rank 2. And this is any other rewards from any other rank at end of this hardcore server. But in my opinion, this final rewards from this hardcore server is not interesting because maximum you only will get 500 pieces crownstone. But take notice, this is only pre-season for this hardcore server. Maybe previous will buff these rewards in future for another season. Okay, the next future update of Black Desert is about PvE and PvP buff for some class balancing. And on this week Global Lab update, there are 7 class that will got PvE and PvP buff, either for Warrior, Kunoichi, Guardian, Corsair, Meigu, Scholar, and Dosa class. And special for Dead Eye class, there are no PvE and PvP buff, they just fix some issue and also adjusting some skill for Dead Eye class. And for all the 7 class buff, either PvE and PvP, I think you can check it for your favorite class that you can find this translated official website on this video description. And I just want to mention some info how to identify some PvE buff. Mostly PvE damage buff, previous will give it in form of table like this, that they will show before and after this change for damage for each hit, and also change for PvP damage reduction from this change. Meanwhile, for PvP damage buff, mostly previous just reducing PvP damage reduction rate for those skill like shown on this example for Meigu skill. And if you see this PvP damage reduction rate from this line, this is mentioning PvE damage still same, but they just buff PvP damage by reducing this PvP damage reduction rate. And some from the 7 class also got some improvement for their skill animation, like shown on this skill for Corsair class. And also some adjustment for some skill, like reducing cooldown, optimizing combo animation, and any other else that you can check all these change favorite class on this translated website that you can find this translated website link on this video description. Okay, the next feature content, at least previous will add some information related with Tuvala gear that will distinguish between season Tuvala gear and regular Tuvala gear. Because season Tuvala gear only can be equipped by seasonal character and normal character cannot equip seasonal gear. Meanwhile, regular Tuvala gear is regular gear that you got after graduation, and regular Tuvala gear can be equipped by any regular character in your account. So after this update, you can distinguish between seasonal Tuvala gear and regular Tuvala gear. And then in future, Prebase will improve item description for any Spirit Stone fragment, either update info how to get it, how to use it, and material when processing it. And also, Prebase will improve any icon item that will display grade item in their border icon, especially when displaying white grade item, because previously this white border will not appear for any white grade item. And next, on last Global Lab update at 14 February 2025, Prebase already give some update for Origin of Dark Hunger and also Fan Origin of Dark Hunger that you can use it to get plus 300 Failstack that you can get both of this item from grinding on some monster zone. And related with this Origin of Dark Hunger item, at least on this week Global Lab update, Prebase will update free version for this Origin of Dark Hunger is about even dim Origin of Dark Hunger that you can get this item by free from various event and coupon code. And from this update, this even dim Origin of Dark Hunger will increase its efficiency that they just adjust number maximum Failstack that you can get by using this even dim Origin of Dark Hunger, following on this table before and after this change, so you can get more additional Failstack with higher number of Failstack from this update. And the best thing to reach 300 Failstack by using this even dim Origin of Dark Hunger, that previously to reach 300 Failstack there are some success chance, not guarantee, but after this update, to get 300 Failstack will be guarantee 100% chance to success. And then related with this update, Prebase also will improve item description for any kind of Origin of Dark Hunger, either dim Origin of Dark Hunger, Fan Origin of Dark Hunger, and Origin of Dark Hunger item description that will show any Failstack that you can get when using all these items, so you can more identify the total number of Failstack that you can gain with current Failstack that you have on your Black Spirit. And for any other minor fix and change, I think all of this not too a big deal. Okay, that's all any future update that Prebase already announced officially on Global Lab update at 7 March 2025. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, KaryaKarsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, DubyaDude, Doki, Aeyrton, Snoods, Xoren, Avrilka, Familia, Xenqn, Spacebar Jace as gold member. And also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Poli channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, KaryaKarsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.